it all, not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, I look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
Now Hall to start the drive. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Elijah Moore really started to come on in the 2021 season as a rookie out of Ole Miss. Saw 8 or more targets in 4 of his last 5 games and ended up leading the team in yardage. Expect to see a lot more first downs like we just saw there in this young man's future.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. On first down, right back to Hall. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
4 yards the pickup, first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
61. That's right.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A nice run by him, don't get me wrong, but the blocking up front was a thing of beauty.
I think for an opening drive, how about that for an exclamation point? Just what you said. Good blocking, good vision, and he accelerated to the end zone.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. First and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 18. Harris starts the drive on the ground. Tackled by Ashton Davis up from the secondary.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Trubisky. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. They'll run the ball.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The deuce is wild here. 2nd down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock. They'll run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jets have taken a 13-0 1st quarter lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Steelers, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, 1st quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They go right there in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
First carry now for Benny Snell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Trubisky to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here. And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Good question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink? Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Tackle made by Montravius Adams.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
Pretty entertaining start. 14 all the score on EA Sports.
Here we go. Set.
Ball again on second down. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Hall. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 21-14. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On third down, Wilson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
They're in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here's Austin. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well. And they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now finally got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
Here's Berrios. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Play action. Now Wilson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Starting the drive with Snell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They find some open field here. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give. Running left is Harris. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Snell on the shotgun handoff. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They fire this one quickly to Austin. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Rolling to his... And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. Picked up by Carl Joseph. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
We spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Pitch came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent. Ain't sold a million records. Yeah, used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Game time.